Hello again. Like I said earlier on my tweet, my dumb self thought it would be a grand old idea to grab some of the footage from my PS4 about 10 to 20 minutes before the stream, and you know what? Instead of canceling it, I decided, you know what? Full send. I want to do some Minecraft tonight anyway. I want my chair. I don't want to sit on a not chair. I want to sit on a real chair. And that's what I'm doing. I'm sitting on a real chair and I'm using my desktop to stream for once. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to pop right over to the game content. Why is it lagging? All right, let's get this ball rolling. Best part about this, I do not have to constantly talk. I can rest my voice a little bit. That's better. Quite a bit has happened since the last time I streamed this, that's for sure. I know I've uploaded since. I haven't uploaded my other updates, so this will probably be a surprise. For example, this whole patio setup. Although I'm trying to remember if I've already uploaded the patio setup. Got like a little drink station thing. Hiccups. But we're doing pretty great. I've made some paths. The paths look great, at least in my opinion. I quite like them. I got the bridge. And I've got a new house here. Let's do some flashbanging. Time, set, day. Oh gosh, is it raining again? I'll leave it to the game to start raining at random. Okay. We have a house. There are also some little houses over that way. Thanks, game. For my own sanity's sake, let's weather clear. Perfect. That's much better. What a doozy. What a doozy of a day. Alright, let's see. I know I have a book in my pocket that will tell me what I need to do. Is it this one? That is not it. There's the book. Okay, those are done. Alright. I didn't add anything else other than because I got the spawn camp built up the bakery world to add more life to it with abandoned vibes, the scenario and ending. Okay, so we're just freeballing it today. That's great. Nah, actually that is great. So let's see, we've got some dwellings over here. We got the remnants of a well still going. Okay, okay. Oh, if I remember right, I didn't furnish this. So let's get that furnished, shall we? Alright, let's just do the standard furnace, crafting table. What other things can I give this particular house? Some of it will feel like dressing, some of it won't. Is there an enchanting table in the thing? No, I don't think so. In one of those. Hmm. Let's see. Maybe a barrel. For sure, a barrel. It's a lot of figuring out what I want to do. That's more like it. There we go. It's a little staircase of barrels. Okay, and I put quite a bit of barrels in here. Goodness me. But at least something to dress up this space. Let's add an item frame. And then from there, or maybe a painting. I'll do a random painting. Maybe that'll switch things up. Yeah. Yeah, that works. And then maybe one here. Every time. There we go. That's more like it. Just to add some spice to the space. Because it was needed. Actually, no, I want that item frame back. And we'll put... Do we want to put a snack in it? No. Of an ingredient. The trick with some of these is that some of it just straight up requires me to do more writing for the thing. For the bakery. Hmm. Hmm. It's a lot of thinking I have to do. There was something that crossed my mind earlier today for Minecraft. I think it was building a sauna. I have a hot tub built. Let me look at the ingredients again. Because I want something to be of use. Just imagine putting a heavy core into the item frame. I don't think that'd really work, per se. That'd be an interesting detail to add on to things and then make the item frame invisible. Imagine decorating with heavy cores in survival. That'd be nightmare fuel. It would make sense for this particular house. Goodness me, to not know what to do. We got the chocolate chip muffin, we got a cupcake here, we got a cupcake there. I'm wondering if I need more cupcakes. And where? Haha. Okay. Let's see. Maybe one more over here? Let's look at our wood types that are available. Or maybe I should do some other baked good. What other baked good? Oh, could I make? Could make a pumpkin with the resin blocks. Imagine that. I mean, I guess the pumpkin blocks would be more apt for a pumpkin. Gracious me. How's the progress on that thing? Oh, almost half of them are copied over. That's good. Gonna plan on hacking away at some of the clips that I've collected onto there, and yeah, it's gonna be great. Oh, oh my gosh, I'm so sleepy today. Let's see. No, not frog spawn. That'd be kind of funny to put some frogs in the underground cave. I'm gonna try that. I don't think I'm gonna put a dried ghast in there though. That might be worth exploring an idea. I would need to do some more planning before I even think of putting a dried ghast there. And I feel like it's cruel to put a frog here, but I'm gonna put a frog here and see what happens. I could just spawn them like a normal person. Jeez, it is hard to see down here. There's just a lot of things down here, you know? Just a lot. It's probably the void down here. Let me see. Effect. Give. There we go. That's a lot brighter. It does take away from some of the atmosphere, but we are also trying to see what we can do about this place. The random basalt is kind of sending me. Alright, enough frog spawn spanning. Okay. Chocolate cake. Or cake in general. We could have one with strawberry. Would it be strawberry frosting or strawberry layers, though? How would I do the frosting? Let's see. We could have it be a layered of chocolate, strawberry, and... Is this close enough to vanilla to justify it? Also, I think, if I remember right, yeah, that's the Neapolitan type coloring. And then, what color frosting, if any? I should lay out the basics of this giant cake first, which means we need to get out of this cave and get the ball rolling. Alright, it's not here, it's over this way that the cake is going to be. And then once I've built up the cake over here, I'm going to need to build up everything else here. Okay, what in the heck is this? Is this more water? No, this is a cave, and I'm just seeing it brighter because of the... Goodness sakes, how many of these are there? Oh, this is the tunnel place that goes straight into a jungle area. And another mine shaft. I love it. If I remember right, this is the exact spot that I got distracted by the last time I was here. Alright, focus. Oh, wow. That tunnel takes you straight through that mountain. Okay. Okay. And this tunnel... I really like working with the environment around here in case you haven't noticed. But let's make this cake. let's bake this cake. Okay, this can be kind of a municipal district. And then here is the hard part. How big do we want this building to be? I'm gonna start with deciding that the building is gonna be starting right here. And it's gonna go over 18 blocks. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is 18 blocks enough? Well, usually a cake is 11 by 18, if I remember right. Is that how big those pans are? That sounds about right, actually. That wouldn't be a bad idea either. So, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. Wait. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 by 18. I think that would be a good reference to making a cake because often a pan is 11 by 18 for some of the average cakes. Let me double check I counted that right though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, okay. And I'll dig out the rest once I've got the amount that I want. Oh, perfect. This map is gonna be so fun. Alright, so we've got the basic shape of this cake. Just the basic. And how high do I want the layers? I want the layers to be 3 each or 4 each. Because this is gonna determine how tall each level is. Hang on a second. Let me just... Maybe I want it to be horizontal in the shaping? Maybe. It's a lot of this is just me freehanding it. I don't know why, but the dry sounds thing is taking me out. I don't know why I'm doing it like this, but I have a plan in mind, and I think it's going to work. At least I think so. Everything is purple. Everything is purple when you have night vision. Everything is purple. And I'm losing it. So, fun fact about the previous stream's ending. Shortly after the stream ended, I did the whole Space Paranoid stuff. And then after I completed Space Paranoids, I was curious about the new episode. Because it said new episode added. And I was like, okay, cool. I approached Sephiroth. I forgot that you have to beat him first before that whole cutscene with Cloud plays out. So, guess who got their butt kicked? Me. It's me. I got my butt kicked. So that was fun. Does this cake look small? This looks like a small cake. This looks like it would be like a tiny apartment duplex building or something like that. It feels too small. I really should invest in World Edit. Oh my gosh. Let's keep going. Maybe we can work with this. How many is that? 4? No, that's 3. Let's just go with it. It's way more fun just to run backwards too. This is the weirdest cake I've ever built in my life. We're working on the shape. Okay. Do 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 do. Da 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 da. I should put on some of the Minecraft music. Since I'm thinking about it. Maybe just 20. And directional audio off. Music toast. Do I want the music toast? Screw it, let's do that. We get constant music, gang. Bum, 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 bum. That's actually really relaxing. This looks more like a ice cream thing than a cake. Maybe I need to chop off 2 layers or something like that. Or make one of the layers not strawberry. Or I think I need to dig out this section. Yeah, I think I need to make it only 3 layers each. Or do I? No. Yes? No. It's always a struggle. I need to chill with the buttons, though. Hmm. I'm starting to get a sense of what I like to do and when I like to take care of things like streaming. Like when I want to stream. Do I want to stream 4 days a week or do I just want to stream 3 days a week? Do I want to use pink concrete instead of wood? Probably not, because the pink concrete is a little bit, too strong of a pink. Let me look at the brown concrete. Brown terracotta looks really good. But let me check something real quick. I'm pretty sure there's brown terracotta nearby. Oh, there's really not much. Okay. Let me just see something real quick. I like that color way better, actually. Darn it. Okay. So, in addition to knocking out the entire layer of chocolate, this is why you should wireframe, folks. This is exactly why you gotta wireframe, because you might eventually have to tear it all down. This is so relaxing. To be honest, I think I almost would have preferred, I think I would have preferred taking care of more levels, but my doofus self made my PS4 unavailable. Also, I'm feeling like, I don't know how to explain this, but when I finished up the Space Paranoids episodes and so forth, and thus, like, converted Hollow Bastion to Radiant Garden yesterday, it got me thinking, oh man, I don't actually have as much left of the game as I think I do, to where I can just goof around with it. You know? And it's only made me more determined to actually, like, finish the game. So that's good. It's made me more determined to finish the game and also to finish what I've started. Okay, I don't think I need more cherry. Or do I need more cherry? Maybe I do need more cherry. Or maybe... what kind of frosting would I put between a strawberry layer and a chocolate layer? Well, I would normally do white, but... to be fair, that doesn't really look like vanilla cake. So maybe, just maybe, let's try something. Does this even look like frosting? Trust the process, Yellowfang. Trust the process. That's what we gotta do. It's what I did for part of the donut. I say part of the donut because I did use a pixel circle generator thing to help me with that. It's just a simple mathematic calculator thing. But it was very helpful in helping me build that jelly donut. Oh, I freaking love this music too. This music is grand. Next thing I know, Twitch is gonna be like, hey, guess what? You can't listen to that music. And I'll be like, well, screw you, I guess, or whatever. I think I'm liking where this is going. Don't be freaking rude, game. There we go. There's a lot of experimenting going on here. Gosh, I freaking love this music. Oh my gosh. Let me check something real quick. Beep, 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 beep. Yeah, I need to turn down the music because I am fighting to talk over it. Let's just lower the music just a little bit. There we go. It's nice, but I don't want it to be overwhelming. Okay. So I've got that. 1, 2, 3. If I replace that top layer with frosting... Oh, the frosting layer can be the floor, too. This can... Whew. It's okay. I could just do that. Okay, a little too fast. Too fast. This is all based on 11 by 18, just like the pies at home. And by pies, I mean cakes. And by 11 by 18, I mean inches. Benches? What? Well, that certainly shook things up. This floor is gonna look so insane. Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's actually quite nice. Okay, there's that. And then let's get the rest of the chocolate layer down. This looks way better as a chocolate layer for the cake. Although this looks more like solid chocolate than anything else. I just didn't like the way the dark oak looked, to be honest. I'll eventually put in windows. Just right now, no. No windows. I will place the windows and doors very soon. I think what I'll do with the windows and doors is I think I'll make them trapdoors. And some of them will be like windows, and then some of them just won't be windows. Kind of like the little candies on the outside of, instant change. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So right about here is the right door, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Let me see what we've got. We've got dark oak. Dark oak might be the best for this. Let's take a look at that again. That's the door. The shelves look different too. Darn it. It'd almost be better actually if these doors were here. Like here. Like as if they're like added on. If that makes sense. Rather than flatly against that. And then maybe like some shelving near the bottom. And then that can be like it's eaten away or something like that. Yeah, that can be near the bottom. And then trap door. Like I keep saying, this is a lot of brainstorming. Lots and lots. I like that idea though, of the... I will fill in the errant ones. There we go. Much better. Time for a flashbang. Yeah, I think I like that. Alright, let's see if there's any more on the back side. Yes, there is. There's also one shelf. And I'm letting this remain disrupted by the terrain since this is technically supposed to be an abandoned place. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then I think I'll do the same but reverse with the trapdoors of the pink. If I can remember the name of the wood. So instead with the cherry shelf and the cherry trapdoors will be on the bottom. Will that look good though? Let me just check something. Yeah, that looks better that way. But does it look good? I think it's going to require me to do some stuff on the top as well before I can make a proper judgment. A struggle of making a baked good place. Decoration. Because decoration is, like, baking is half the battle, and then you gotta decorate the cake and stuff. But I am quite enjoying this, so that's all I care about is the fact that I am enjoying this shenanigan. Yeah, I'm already getting a good feeling about this. Oops. I'm just gonna let that do its thing. It's fine. It's cool. I can do that. It's kind of interesting that this matches more with the color palette of the stripped cherry wood. There we are. And then maybe it should just be a two-tier cake. The top, that's the tough part. I could still do the frosting thing. I could do another layer of frosting on the top. But if I do that, I think first I want the ceiling of this space to be cherry. Because from there I can place all the frosting I want on top of that. Yes, there we go. Oops, a little bit too enthusiastic. That's okay. I can work with that. Oops, I was a little bit inside the wall. Oh. Let me just... Okay. That won't come back to bite me in the butt in a few minutes. Or less than that. Thankfully, I'm on peaceful mode, so I don't have to worry about the curse of other stuff. Okay, let's look at what we've got in terms of white blocks. So let's get rid of these guys so then I can concentrate. So we do have this as the frosting already. We don't have any pale oak shelves, or do we? And they're just in a different spot probably. I don't think diorite would work. Quartz doesn't give me the vibe of frosting like this does. Wool is a possibility. Because I did use wool. Same with concrete powder. That could also work. I don't think I'll put any shulker boxes on there. No, not any banners. Snow blocks seem fine until the snow melts. Then it becomes a problem. Alright. Let's see. Mushroom stem, no. This reminds me of when I was working on the plate earlier this year. I'm gonna grab the pale oak shelf even though it's likely that I won't be using it. I wonder if I can incorporate that. Okay, I don't think any of these are blocks. Okay. Wool. Wood. The wood is kind of established already as is, as the frosting, but let me check out the concrete. Huh. You know, that actually makes a lot more sense than I thought it did. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Very interesting. Okay. Now where was I? Concrete powder. Okay, here's what I'll do at first. I will make the edge here exist in the first place. And then from here, I'll fill in the pale oak wood. And then, once I have filled in the pale oak wood, I will work on the top also with the same thing. And then from there, I'll retexture with the white wool and white concrete powder to get the sort of swirly frosting effect. This will work. I will make it work. And then if I'm feeling extra fancy, I could probably slip in some slabs and stairs here and there to give more of a frosting effect. Ah! Nothing like jump scaring myself with my music in the background. I can hear my PS4 working hard. Nice. I know what I'm doing after a while. After stream, I'm gonna be poking around in my video files and using those as material for editing. I'm thinking of doing a compilation of the Kingdom Hearts related stuff, but I will also sort it into a bit of a timeline so then it makes sense. At least in the playlist. Okay. We are almost at the goal. Okay. We've got that so far. Yeah, this desperately needs some spacing. Alright, so we'll start with... And then a little more here. And then some wool here. To make it look... It kind of looks a little bit more stale, which is perfect. I like the idea of it being a little bit on the stale side. And then... Okay, there. Then... Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, slab. Let's look at the slabs that we have. We have pale oak slabs. We also have smooth quartz slabs. What's the difference between these two? Okay, I'm seeing a vision. I'm getting a vision. Okay, and then I'll use the quartz slabs as the in-betweeners to spice things up. And that's where the other stuff comes in, which means that this whole edge did not need to be textured at all. Oops. Oh well, that's okay. But let's see if that works though, because that could be a whole different ball game. That does not look good with them right next to each other, so that I'm vetoing it. I could just do... let me see. Does that look good? Let me just use this. No. It's a lot of experimenting going on here. I just don't feel like this as frosting would work. Or... oops. How do I make this frosting look like frosting in the first place? What if I just did this? I gotta make it, like, not quite match with the stuff. It needs to be chaotic. That might work. Maybe. Let's see. Oopsie. Trust the process, Fang. Press the process? Press the process? What? Trust the process. That's what I've gotta do. Trust the process. I don't know how I feel. It looks like the layer of cake is more... I don't know how to explain what I feel about this. This might work in my favor. Oh, hey, it worked. Yay. Let's see. I do like the top of it, so I'm gonna leave the top of it just fine. Now, for the fun part. Stairs. Let's look at our stair options. What kind of stairs? I think the mud brick might actually work favorably. Let me see what I can do with the mud. Okay, for the moment, mud brick stairs. All right, and then let's see. I want it to go up to the next floor landing. So there we are. Nope. Nope. It looks like a different type of chocolate. There we are. Nice, 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 nice. And then since that floor is frosting, let's do, I was gonna type in frosting, but that doesn't work. Let's see what the pale oak fences or the gates themselves look like. I want to see what the gates look like. And then having that. That actually, yes. Okay. Okay. And then I'll just need to lay out like an office type thing. I think that would work. I think that would work. This can be like a municipal office. All right, which means I need to do some structuring here. First off, with what do I want under the stairs? Do I want slab? Slab with a B. No, that's the stairs. It's not a bad fit though. That might actually work. Maybe. To kind of look like it has some structure to it, if that makes sense. That might work. Okay, 1 second. I didn't finish that sentence. I need to take care of something. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. I was in desperate need of water. Uh-oh, that was the lovely sound of my headset beeping. So I do apologize if you hear some weird crunching while I plug my headset in. There we go! Yay! Headset won't die on me in the middle of everything. Okay, so we got the stairs in. Office building, office building. It's been so long since I've been in an office building. That's sad, actually. This might be useful. So, like, it's like... There would probably be a wall here. Ah, yes, why? Wall. Then... Okay. And then the entry desk thing. This seems more like this would be the spot. And then... This would be a different desk. Maybe like the staff desk thing? Yeah, that works. Maybe. Maybe... Yeah. And then trapdoor. Let's use a spruce trapdoor for this. It would be attached to the desk. That doesn't look very good. Perhaps that one might be better for it. I think it's just something to do with the color of this jungle thing. Maybe having the jungle trapdoor would be best. Yeah, because then this is kind of like the way to get in for the staff. Let's put a pot in here. A flower pot, to be precise. Can you put a sunflower in a pot? Probably not. No, definitely not. Natural blocks. Let's see, what can we put in a pot? We could put a tree in there, like a pale oak sapling. It does look like it's wilted. That might be a good idea, actually. I'm gonna keep it. And then... Let's see. I'm trying to make sure that there's also some pops of color around here. Okay. So that would be like a reception desk or something like that, or like a staff desk or something like that. Like they go in, take a number or something like that. Let's see. Button, 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 button. Jungle button. I'm kind of curious if a dropper would still operate. That's perfect, that's perfect, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. And then I can put a sign up that says press to take a number or something like that. So sign. We'll use, in this particular case, we will use a dark oak sign unless we can't read it, in which case we'll use jungle again. Or maybe we should use a pink one. Or this to be more like a raspberry thing going on. Maybe this. Let's see what this looks like. It's like the DMV. Let's try that again. Except it's down here. Okay. And then a dye. Let's do yellow. I'm just trying to make sure this stands out without being painful. I think that's readable. At least I think so. And then paper. And then I will just stuff this full of paper. Good, and it pops out there. I will regret that later. And then I've seen people use beehives as some sort of file keeping system looking thing, so let's get some beehives. Except I think they'd probably be in the back here? So yeah, yes. Those would definitely be some of the files that they'd keep over there. And then probably definitely some more here. And they'd max out at 2 or 3 to stack. Oh, and we need some lanterns. Yes. Okay. And then down here, what else would we need? Well, we would need some chairs. So let's take a look at our stairs and pick out some chairs. And they should probably stand out. Maybe not purple. I'm accidentally making the DMV in Minecraft. I guess it's not really an accident. I think the chocolate, no, maybe the spruce. And then also have some that are just back to back. But instead of that, because it's like super uncomfy and funny enough, the DMV, at least the one that I've been to, has some adequate amount of space. And then sign, let's get some spruce signs up in here to make the chairs more believable. There we are. Some nice little chairs. And then we have a little thing and a bell. Let's get a bell. And that'll be on this side of the... That'll be on this side. Alright, next person. Oh, that is so silly to me. Alright. Okay, and then we're gonna want some paintings. I'm gonna just go with random variants. I'm probably gonna regret that. Ah. There we go. I think that's a decent paint wall. And then, oh, that would work perfectly to have more of these beehive file cabinets around. And not having those two there would be good. Okay. Can I put a painting on a wall? Yes, I can. Ah! Maybe it's better that there's more than one spot. So then there's multiple windows. Hmm. Okay. What if it's like different windows though? For different things. Oh yeah. Alright, we got permits, we've got What else? Because that would be build or baking permits, I guess, instead of building permits. Haha. And then what's the word for overrisen? Hmm. Okay, let's get some dye. Would they do different dyes for different windows? Is this different enough? That's another question. These would be different enough if you're colorblind, I think. And then get some glow. Oh, that looks real nice, surprisingly. Yeah, permits looks ominous. That's almost illegible, dang it. What about light blue dye? Okay, it's less vibrant, but it's more legible. So, I'll take it. I'll take it. This is nice. I'm enjoying this quite a bit. I wonder, would there be more paintings or would there just be a view of the outside? And if there were a view of the outside, what glass color would that be? Because windows would technically be made of sugar. I think white stained glass might work best. Yeah, okay, okay. And then, how many in there is that? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll go crazy if it's uneven. Yeah, that'll work. And then how does that look from the outside? Oh, that looks lovely. To be honest, in an abandoned place, there'd probably not be as many functional windows. But this is really coming together. This is really, really coming together. Ooh, I wonder if banners would be an excellent plan. What color dye is that? Was that just flat out green? I think that was just green. And then if I put a banner in front of this. That won't work. That's not what I wanted. Darn, I was hoping to make some sort of curtain thing back here. But I can't quite get it the way I like to. Because this is what I'd be going for, in theory. Oops. But would it work? Let me check. I'm not sure if that would really work. It has a nice effect, but I don't know, maybe. Hang on. Let me F5 this. Oh! Okay, so what if I went backwards to the side and then walked a little forwards? Sorry, I'm working in reverse. Okay. That could work. That could actually work, because then it kind of adds a little bit of privacy screen back here. Okay, I think this first floor is just about done. Yeah. Alright, now for the offices. Would they be an open floor plan, or would it be desks? Let's get some pink in here, because... Cherry. It's cherry. I'm just removing those for the moment. Get that there. I think the cherry door is going to stay because I do want the... Okay, so there's going to be an office. Maybe a corner office? Yeah, corner office. So that means if I do a corner office... How big is this corner office going to be? Pretty big. Let me try something. Yeah, I like how that sticks out somewhat. And let's get some more shelving. And I think I might have it cover the top half. I'll just pick this one up. Let's see. I'm curious if... Oh wait, what if... Strangely, I think that works. Then, let me see if I can do something with the amethyst crystals. Like the clusters. What the heck? Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Okay, didn't know that. Cool. This might be... Okay. The question is, do I want to keep it like that? I kind of want to do something flat instead. What if instead of amethyst, let's see, what goes in lush caves? Leaf. I'm just gonna see what a small drip leaf looks like in this. No. It's an idea, but I'm not quite sold on it. Are there any other ingredients that have a pretty pattern or look to them that would work with that? Not feathers, not bone meal. This is kind of pretty, but not ooh, wait. It would be insane, though, to implement a nether star into this, but at the same time... Nice. That wouldn't really work, actually, now that I think about it. What a pain in the butt. But I'm already liking the change. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's hilarious, though. Also, good to know that you can just fit a whole stack of things in the shelves like that. I did not look into that as much as I should have. Oh, perfect. There will be just 4 more. There we go. Nice and shiny and sparkly and stuff. Very fitting of a fancy office. And then let's get some different... I'm going to get a different shelf. And I'm going to incorporate that. I'm going to use the... let's see. Birch. No. Maybe the birch might work. And then the trapdoor. Does the birch trapdoor look good, though? It might be easier to use the pale oak trapdoor and the pale oak shelf. There's a method to this madness, I promise. And then from right here... That feels a bit cozy, you know what I mean? This feels a little cozy. You know? Hmm. Hmm. But I can only put those on the outside edges of things. That's something to keep noted. But it does mean that the office could hide a bunch of random stuff. Which would be useful. It'd be useful. And then let's get some more, a couple of beehives. Although they probably wouldn't be holding a file cabinet in here. Is it able to be squeezed through? Yeah. Then I want to get a cornflower for this flower pot. Yeah, there we go. And then what's next on the window? So we need glass. And I think it'd be better to be uniform about that. Get that corner office vibe. And just out of curiosity, would it be crazy to have... Oh, but then there'd need to be a lever nearby. Let me see if I can do that. I'm probably gonna end up knocking out some random... Watch, there's gonna... Oh, perfect. Oh wait, but having it away from the wall kind of defeats the purpose of the redstone lamp being like that. Unless... Okay, I have an idea. It's gonna sound crazy. I'm gonna go up to the roof. I'm gonna put some redstone on the roof. It's gonna be in plain freaking sight. Okay. Yes, oh my gosh. Maybe just one of them, though. But I know what my idea is. I do need to think about where I want the thing. Maybe I want it right here instead. And then I'll rise back up and out. And then let's grab a wool and this. It's not very uniform per se, but I think this will make a huge difference in the long run. Okay. Now that I've got the lights down, I don't need the lever. Right, and then boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's interesting. 2 shelf spots. This is such a chaotic setup, but I kind of like it. Hmm. I think I want one more here. Okay, cool. Now for the other desks. Those will also be pale oak, but they'll just be trap doors protruding from the wall. This will be the assistant's desk. Hang on, I'm gonna try something. Yeah, that's much better. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of funny the assistant has a bit of a better desk setup. There we go. Yay! Alright, now I just need to make more desks. Why didn't I do that with the other one before? Oh, you can't get stacks of water bottles, huh? Darn. There we go, some water bottles. And then probably would have a window out here. 2 windows, in fact. trying to think of what sort of nutty things would occur in a office building. It would make sense that there'd just be one set of desks that's just offset. This does happen in office buildings. It's really annoying. And then I think I'm gonna bring back the paintings again. Because yeah, that would work. And then maybe one, no. Rude. I did like that painting though. Chill. With. Interesting that that doesn't do that. Let me see if there's anything else. There are some 3x2s. That would work. And then I think, would there be some oak stairs? These would be awful cozy next to each other, actually. Technically, this is one person's desk. Oh, that would be perfect if these are like the chairs pushed in. And then that would make and then these alternating would make sense. And then let's get a composter in here because that would be like the trash bin. And then what would look like a water cooler? Glass. Sky blue glass. And then, oh! Let's get a dropper. And then, where would I put the water cooler? I would put the water cooler here. And then inside the dropper. And then maybe a potion of water breathing or two in there. There we go. And then a button. This one will just be a stone button. Yeah! Look at that! Water cooler. Oops. Nice. Big stretch. And then will I want more shelving or anything? Let's get some more beehives for file cabinets because those would be pretty regular around the office. And yeah, this looks like a nice little office space. Yay! Ooh, maybe I should get some carpet to liven up the place. I think pink carpet would be the best suited for it. Let's do a 3x4 or something like that. Yeah, this looks about right. Maybe a different type of carpet at the end to kind of add some texture to it. H. That actually works. Yay! Oh, this office building looks so good. And then I can stuff some other stuff under here. What would be hidden under here, though? What would they hide? Probably a book or something like that. So that means that's another book that I would need to come back to. The question is, what would be written in it? Or would it be blank? That's a good question. Maybe I should grab that. Let's give it a write. Alright. For myself later, it'll be insert secret thing here. For Cake Municipal Office. That way I remember what to do. Okay, so that's gonna be another book and quill added to my inventory of things that need to be filled out. Let's take a look at what we've got so far. Oh, this office is so nice. I did not think I was going to be able to pull this off, but I'm also doing this in creative, which makes it a whole lot easier. Okay, this girly pop needs some windows pronto. I love how I'm assuming that this is a gal, but, like, she chillin'. She chillin'. And then maybe... huh. Oh, what if they have a chest between the room? Okay, let's get a copper one. Oh wait, that wouldn't work because it needs room on the top to open. It'd have to be a barrel or a shulker. Okay. Ow. Let me get that open to the other side. There we go. Because then that would make sense that she'd be able to open it, pass something along to her boss, and then their boss could read it and then invite somebody in. That'd be perfect. Nice. And maybe let's get some cherry. Let's get a cherry trap door here. Oopsie. Just like a little subdivider from her desk for safety, because you know you'd want that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Yeah. Oh, my sun Venus, my beloved. And let's put some plants on here. So, grass. Okay. And then from there, someone would be able to get some bone meal from that. I don't know for what, for something. But it looks like the trash can is full and hasn't been emptied in a while. Nice. Would there be one can or two cans? That's the real question. Didn't think about that, did I? Does tall grass make it go faster? Yeah, there we go. Let's take a look at this from the outside. We can appreciate the interior, which is very, mostly dull, but honestly it kind of works for being an office building. It's very well decorated, in my opinion. Of course, I'm complimenting myself. But, like, look at that. This is a nice little setup. I'll need to make a path to here. That's gonna be fun. Oh gosh, that's so uneven. That's okay, though. Most buildings aren't very even. It might be able to get me to justify punching in a couple windows on that side. Or maybe not, who knows. But this looks, in my opinion, it looks good. And look at that. We're gonna need to make a whole road over this way. We're gonna have to add some jelly roads. We're gonna need to cover that up, because that is gonna be a hazard. Let's see if this hazard goes anywhere. Just want to make sure. Okay, this hazard does not go anywhere, so that's good. I'm gonna just pre-cover it. Let's get that covered up. This could be a trap later. Could make a sand trap. Well, I guess less of a sand trap and more of just a trap of tripping over things. But I will definitely need to add more to this sort of municipal area. There we go. Good job. Lots of pink being involved in this. It's not even like a planned thing with the pink all over the place. It just is that. I think I need a couple more. Let's make a list of things now to do. This is the one I'm looking for. I wonder if I can anvil this and rename it. Technically, there's an anvil in one of the buildings, but I don't want to damage it just yet. Yay! Okay, so let's make another to-do list. Okay, so to do as of 11/7, add more cupcake / muffin houses to the near the near I'm trying to make sure that I know for sure what I'm saying. Oh, near damaged well. Because there is a damaged well there. Perfect. Alright, the next thing to do is build road to municipal slash city area. Plant wheat and sugarcane fields, because that is something that needs to be done. For all these buildings to be built, they need a lot of wheat, a lot of sugarcane. And of course, cow farm place. Yeah, there we go. So we'll need cupcake muffin houses, the road to the municipal city area, sugarcane and wheat fields, and cow farm place. That seems kind of like off topic of the thing. Oh my gosh, there's gonna be so many buildings here. This is gonna look so cool when I'm done. 1 second. Beautiful. I'm just looking through this. Okay. What do I want? Where do I want the sugar cane to be? I think what I can start doing, I'm just gonna, hang on, let me put this back into my survival inventory. Let's get some sugar cane. So then it looks like the sugar cane went wild. And wherever I can plant it, I'm gonna plant it. There's always got to be 1 block of water nearby. The natural barrier is actually super duper helpful. I want it to look like the sugarcane has gotten out of hand since the collapse of everything. These will all probably grow to 3 high by the time I'm done building this place. Okay. I'll be done with this side for now and add more to the other side. And then I'll definitely plant some more around this area. I'll just plant a bunch of it here. This is reminding me of my time spent playing Zoo Tycoon 2 and building up all the habitats for especially pandas. I think I got a version of the game that you could get pandas. And it was a huge deal because panda conservation is actually kind of a pain in the butt because they are very lazy. They are very lazy boys. I love pandas. Did I just see something stacked like 5 high? 1, 2, 3, 4. What the? Wait. Okay. That is good to know. And then from here-ish... No, wait. The sugarcane should be way higher than usual in the spots near the water, for sure. And then slightly, maybe lower in the areas without it. What's funny is a lot of this sand is going to get replaced with dirt for the wheat fields. But I do genuinely think that having the sugarcane be out of hand is going to be really useful. Is there any more sand in here? Nope. I'm calming it down a little bit more. Yep, okay, and then I just have to wait multiple ticks of building before all of this starts growing. That'll be nice. Alright, that looks about right still. Cool, 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 cool. Whoa. You know, when you have night vision active, you get a sense of like, I don't know. You just see things. Maybe. Maybe it's just me being silly. But for a second I thought I was like seeing a lot of interesting stuff. Wow. I don't think I'll put any sugarcane on that little island though. Big stretch time. Hey, I've actually made some progress on the list already now with the sugarcane setup. And this gives me a general range of where I want to work with. This area is probably going to be where that wheat farm is, around here. And maybe the cows will be all over here. Which means I'll need to start building some fencing. Oh, hey, there's a desert village over here. That's cool. Good to know. Good to know. I'm not going to mess with it too much just because I don't want to break the... I don't want to break the village for anyone that eventually does play this map. Technically, they're going to be focused on the... They're going to be focused on the bakery area, but this is nice. This is very nice. Cool. That's something to keep in mind. Here's a neighboring village. See, there's some sugar cane. Alright. Okay. Oh, there's a lava pool. That might be useful later. Big stretch of sand. Like I said, it's going to be very interesting to get that wheat field built up. Because I'm going to be putting down a lot of dirt. And what I'm going to do is I think Where there's red sand, I'm gonna just straight up replace it with dirt. That'll be very fascinating. I'll also need to make little holes for the water so then the water gets there. And then I need to build a well in the middle of that. Let me get my handy dandy notebook out and write that down, because that is something to keep in mind. Okay. Wheat farm guidelines. Keep landscape texture. Maybe instead of having it be a full wheat field, put the wheat field in patches. Oh, nearest to the water holes. And I want a well around the middle zone. Yeah, building a well around the mid zone might help. And then make dry, no. Transition gradually from wheat planted to red sand. There we go. That way there's like a transition for that. That'll be good. Yay, I have more stuff that I have on my list rather than just vague things. I do have these things done, thank goodness. And those are already recorded, and then, yeah. Cool. Cool. Okay. Oh, wow. It's amazing how much progress I've made since I did the bridge. And it has been a while since I did the bridge, but I'm very glad I made progress. Look at this beautiful place. It'll be so cool when it's done. I can't wait. I'm still gonna do the level 99 streams. This one was just a bit of a... I wanted to do some Minecraft streaming because I couldn't use my PS4 at the time. And I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I took care of my I haven't built in a while problem, and I took care of I need to stream and I want to still get the data that I wanted. Alright, that is gonna do it for the stream tonight. If you liked it, hit the like button if you're on YouTube, hit the follow button if you are on Twitch. That way you can catch up and see both Minecraft and Kingdom Hearts related content and maybe some other stuff. I'll try to warn y'all on twitter.com. I do have an account on twitter.com. It is at yellowfang42. I'm also on Blue Sky at yellowfang42. So I can also give other updates there. Thank you so much for watching and have a lovely, lovely day. Goodbye. I can't do the transition thing without doing the back to game thing. Sorry. It's not as smooth as I'd like it to be. I still have to set up the hotkeys. All right. Thank you so much. Have a good one.